Hey everybody, it's me, Jim, here with my brother Matt.
Hello.
And today we just wanted to talk about Fallout 4. So Matt, what are your thoughts on the game? Are you excited for it?
I am very excited for it because I enjoyed Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas very, very much. And there's a lot of things that I think it would just be cool. And really, but there's some things where I'm almost like I'm a little bit skeptical about them when it comes to dialogue, when it
Do you not
comes
like the new
to.
voice wheel?
Yeah, I do not like the new voice.
Yeah, I don't like the new voice wheel at all. Overall, it was nice in the old games where you could actually read what your character was going to say before he says it. Because I've played Mass Effect, and some of the problems with the dialogue wheel there is that your character will there'll be a suggestion on what your character will say, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay, that sort of sounds like what I want to say." And then when it comes out, it's not what you wanted to say at all. So I mean, that can be frustrating at all times because some of those dialogue choices do affect aspects of the game, and sometimes you miss out on stuff. I also don't like it that you can't read all the options too. I mean, sometimes there were some funny options in Fallout or some interesting ways to respond to things that you may or may not want to choose based on the situation. And overall, I mean, if you have them all readable, I mean, you can still read it. You're like, oh, that's a funny comment, but I'd never say that. But with a voice wheel, you'll never know what those comments are because you'll pick the one that will probably pertain to you right at the moment. And overall, you just miss out on some content there. And that's just a little annoying to me. Did you like the guy's voice? Did you like it how it was a voiced protagonist this time?
I had no problem with what the voice sounded like. It was more so they actually had a voice that was more.
Yeah, exactly. I just kind of feel like
I just don't get it when it comes
you
to
stay
video
over
games.
there. Sorry, I had to dispose of my bird for a second. Oh, he's back.
You suck at
Oh,
flying.
he's back.
So
Okay, yeah, sorry about that interruption. But yeah, overall, I liked it in Fallout how your character, doesn't have a voice because, you can kind of put yourself more in that situation. When you have a guy talking to you, it kind of feels like, okay, I'm just watching this character. I'm not exactly him. Also, when you're talking, it goes a lot back to his face.
yeah,
Which I makes sense because there is a big emphasis on character creation. You actually want to see what your character looks like. But still, I didn't really care about that in the original Fallout. And when they just look at him like in a third person shot so you can see what he looks like all the time. That's just like, okay, I'm not actually in this world. I'm in a story where this guy's in this world. And hey, maybe he looks like me, but I just feel like he isn't me.
yeah.
I also don't like it how animated they are when they talked. I kind of liked it in Fallout when, they would just talk to you and they would just talk to you. In this game, it's just like one at a time they're moving their arms and stuff like now. I guess it's there to give a more lifelike performance, but honestly, to me, it doesn't feel all that lifelike. When I'm talking to a real person, I'm not really focusing on their arm movements and stuff like that. I'm just focusing on what they're here to say. When you're doing all of that, interesting, voice and motion cap, it feels like I'm talking to a character. Like I'm watching someone's performance. He isn't actually in this world. He's just an actor in this, story that I'm experiencing. Overall, when they just talk blatant to you, for some reason it just feels more real to me. Like this world exists. It also helps on like funny delivery too. Like if someone says something goofy in Fallout, they're so deadpan about it. It's just really unintentionally hysterical. But I feel like in this game, when the goofy things happen, they're like, oh, we got to play it up for laughs. So they got to go full theater mode on you. And the guy's like waving his arms, he's dancing around, and to me, it just doesn't feel real. I mean, when something goofy or somebody says something stupid in real life, they're not going to play it up.
Yeah,
They're just going to say it, and it's like, dude, that was really stupid.
yeah. All I have to say is don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was fine. I think people really like the original Fallouts because you could read your dialogue and stuff. That's part of the reason why I love it. Also, this is another thing. I'm not ultra concerned. Overall, I played Skyrim. I thought it was decent. But I didn't like it as much as Fallout, and I hope they don't bring in too much from Skyrim into Fallout to change it.
What I do hope is I hope they do have a large map, which they probably are.
Well, we know that's the case, but what I was kind of getting here, like in Skyrim stuff, there was a big focus on questing and stuff, and overall, you had to do all the quests to get the best equipment and stuff. Like you had the, go join all these brotherhoods and stuff like that, and to upgrade, like I think it was Drangleic armor. You had to be great at smelting and all that stuff. Honestly, I didn't look into it. But for me, I know that's kind of how the Elder Scrolls is, so there's no problem there. But in Fallout, you didn't really have to go on quests. Like New Vegas, it was barely required to actually beat the game. I think I skipped most of the main quests and I just beeline to New Vegas. And that was a great experience because there was a large emphasis on exploration and just finding, making my own story throughout the game. Like, I felt really attached to this character, even though he was just a murderous killing machine. He's just like, yeah, this is his story. He wants to go to New Vegas, get money, and kill bitches and stuff,
Yeah,
It was just funny, and I found it amusing. Also, with exploring in that game, you were greatly rewarded. I mean, if you wanted the best weapons, you had to go explore. Where Skyrim, I did a lot of exploring, and I definitely did not have the best weapons. I think the best thing I got was like an Elvish Warhammer. Everything else is like you had to smelt, you had to make this sort of equipment and stuff like that, and you had to do this quest to get this. Where in not Skyrim, in especially New Vegas, they just gave it to you, and that was just something I liked.
There was like a little bit you could design your weapons though, which was nice, which gave you the versatility in Fallout.
Oh, you're talking about Fallout or Skyrim? What do you mean you could design your weapons?
Well, Fallout, you could put let's just say a varmint rifle from New Vegas.
I don't know. I didn't care that much. I mean, once you find the Rat Slayer, why would you upgrade your varmint rifle?
So yeah. But all I have to say is, obviously, Skyrim and Fallout are two different. Obviously, they're both action RPGs that are free roam, but they both take their two different respectable routes.
Gotcha. What did you think about the companion, the dog?
I'm neutral on it because I don't know what's it going to be when I'm going to be in the game, and it's one of these things where it's trying to become more of an RPG. I think
it was always an RPG.
Well, yeah,
fair, it was always an RPG.
Yeah, but it's bringing more to that RPG.
Yeah, exactly. I guess Fallout 3 really didn't have companions. New Vegas had them, but they were an optional, which I enjoyed. As honestly, I tried using them in New Vegas, and I didn't like them. Overall, I like to be a loner while I play, and I know it's a dog, A dog isn't the same thing as a human, but it's still another individual around helping you out. It just felt better to be on my own traveling through this wasteland and stuff. It felt more post-apocalyptic to me because, you're not going to have too many friends in an apocalypse or something like that. So that was just my opinion on the dog. I'm fine with it, but, it'd be nice if you didn't have to use it,
You had the option at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to upgrade him. I don't want him to be performing, like, killer takedowns, or maybe I do. I haven't played it yet, but it's just something that doesn't really leave a bad taste in my mouth. I'm just kind of indifferent to it at the moment.
Yeah, just saying, don't fix what's not broken, right?
Exactly.
So,
one thing that was cool, the fact that you could design your own home base.
Yes, I especially like it because I remember the old Fallouts like 3 New Vegas. What I would do is I would just find some random house. I would either just claim it because there's no one in there, or take it by force. And then, obviously, there's a weight system that we all know, how many weapons you want. And let's just say, well, I don't just want to drop a weapon in a random place. I want to store this somewhere. So I had all these lockers I could store them into.
Oh, man.
And so I could sell them for later profit.
I remember in New Vegas, I had a mobile home filled with tin cans and all these weapons I didn't do. It was hysterical, And it was sort of like I could make that mobile home my own by doing that. But I think the fact that you can customize your own base, is real nice. Because you do collect stuff in a wasteland. It's like, why shouldn't I have my own house,
Yeah.
Or be able to add things on my adventure and stuff. That sounds really cool and sounds really fun. Especially if it would be cool if you have to defend it at times, Like sometimes maybe a raider will spawn or he'll try to rob it. I don't know what's going to happen there. But I think that would be cool because it makes you really feel like you're living in an apocalypse.
What?
People are coming to steal your shit and they're coming to get you.
Yeah, no, I feel like people will get really annoyed because let's just say they're on a quest. They're like, I gotta go back to my home base and stuff.
I don't know. I think with fast travel, they fix it a lot. I mean, you could probably just go right back to the place. I think it's cool. It definitely makes you feel like you're really there.
True.
Sort of like, kind of, yeah, exactly.
Let's see how this realism take place. So.
What did you think about the shooting and stuff? I thought it looked a little bit more refined.
Yes.
I mean, I did appreciate the clunky feel in Fallout,
Yes.
because it did feel like you weren't like a professional using your gun. But watching the gameplay, maybe it's a little too clean, but I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was kind of, for me, a cool feeling that like you'd shoot a rifle and it wasn't like 100% accurate all the time.
Yeah.
And if you shoot a rifle in real life, if you're not very skilled at it like I am, I mean, you miss sometimes, you know?
So it's realistic.
So I hope the weapons aren't too, Call of Duty-ish. I don't think they will. I think they'll have more of a realistic, I guess you could say, feel to them.
Yes.
As realistic as a plasma cannon can get.
Yeah. So, any other points you want to bring up?
No, I think the graphics look good too.
Yeah.
I don't know why there was a lot of backlash to it. I mean, did you think Fallout 3's graphics looked amazing too? I
Not
mean,
really, no.
No, they look good. Maybe in some parts they feel
appealing.
Well, I think they feel maybe in some parts they look a little too clean, in some cases. But I think they look good for what they're trying to do. And you know what? I can't wait to explore Fenway Park. I'm pumped for Fallout 4.
Yes, I am. I'm very pumped for Fallout 4. Obviously, we talked about some negatives.
Well, yeah, but we can't really talk about the positives because the positives are just given. You have this huge open world to explore. It looks great. You know,
so
you're going to have a lot of fun weapons. You're going to meet a lot of strange people. It's going to be a fun time.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think that was a great discussion. So just remember to just give some feedback after this video. So
yeah, if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
have a nice day, guys.
Thanks.